Greetings. My name is William Gooch. You can call me Billy. And today, primarily for personal enjoyment, but also because I think this might be helpful to some people, I'm going to go through everything I carry in my blind bag while duck hunting. To start off, I want to talk about the bag itself. This is a banded Hardshell backpack. I got it probably 4 years ago. It's been pretty good to me. It's held up pretty well. It is not the only backpack I use. I've also got this from Insights that I like to use if I've got a long walk in. It has these waist strap that kind of helps support it on your hips. So it's better for long walks through the woods. It's pretty much like a book bag. It's got two main compartments and then a little top pocket, some side ones. Decently organized, but not as many compartments as this. And then to go even farther in that direction, I also have this from Alps Outdoors. It is a plain old dry bag. I think it's 60 liters, 100% waterproof. So if I'm carrying a bunch of cameras, I will use that bag. But for the most part, I prefer this one for its organization options. To start off with some contents that I don't always carry. First up is latex gloves. These are black. This is a 20 pack. It's pretty small and slim. These are great if it's just freezing cold and you're using your hands all morning, picking up a bunch of dead birds, getting your hands wet all the time. Those are decent. They're pretty waterproof. They're not obviously super warm, but blowing a duck call with a glove on doesn't exactly work very well, so those kind of help with that. They also make decent glove liners, so latex gloves can come in handy. I also got this Husky spotlight. I want to say it's maybe 5,000 or maybe more lumens. I really love this thing. It's pretty heavy. I don't carry it a lot, but what I will say is my John boat does not have a light bar as of now, and I've used this to see the wave driving the boat through the dark, and it's done the job just fine. It's waterproof, it floats, and it's not really too expensive either. You can get it at Home Depot. Another flashlight, you've probably seen this on Instagram ads. It's the Wuben G5. It's got all kinds of features. It's got a clip that will rotate so you can clip it to your hat. It's got a magnet on the bottom, and then the light itself swivels. It's 400 lumens. It's super bright and not very expensive. Straight out of China, but it's a decent flashlight. And then the last thing I don't always carry is a portable charger. This is from Cabela's. It doubles as a flashlight if you need it. It's waterproof as well. When you're camping out before duck hunting and you wake up and your phone's dead, something like this will come in handy. So that's that. Now getting into what is in fact inside the bag. On this top half, I've got some warmth centered stuff. These are the Chêne Hydro-Lok gloves. This is the lightest weight option that they have in the Hydro-Lok. I used them pretty much all season and loved them. They are plenty warm. They're fleece lined, totally waterproof. They really do a good job of not absorbing too much water on the outside, even if it's not going to get through, which allows them to not freeze up as bad as some gloves I've had. I will say, being in Colorado for a lot of the season, it can get a lot colder than it does in Arkansas, where I hunt for the other part of the season, and so I might be getting one of the warmer options or heavier options for next season, but I really recommend these. They're not terribly expensive, and they're just a great product, great company. I love everything from Chêne. Speaking of which, these two things kind of go together. This is the Chêne neck gaiter. It's pretty simple. It's just a fleece cylinder. But man, has it saved me from getting real cold and letting heat escape out of my collar. And something I wear pretty much whenever I'm wearing the neck gaiter. I'm also wearing a beanie like this. This is from Carhartt. Can't go wrong. Nothing fancy. Just a beanie. Keep your ears warm, that kind of thing. Goes great over a ball cap, in my opinion. Some more gloves. These are cotton. I got them at Bass Pro, I think in a 3-pack for probably $5. I keep a pair in my waders, I keep a pair in my backpack, I keep a pair in my truck. Just a real thin, decently warm glove. Can't get it wet, but other than that, it's pretty handy when you still need to use your fingers, but your hands are cold. Sort of similar to that, this is a pair of wool gloves from Mossy. They're a little heavier. They're also not waterproof at all, but if it's, you know, if I got a long walk in carrying decoys and I know my hands will stay dry, I go with these. They're nothing fancy, just wool gloves from Mossy. And then the last thing I've gotten here is just a towel. This is microfiber, I think. If somebody gets wet or whatever, it's just come in handy on a couple occasions, so I keep it in there. That's the top half. We'll go around the top sides now. In here, sunglasses. Not a fancy pair. I like that their lenses are not mirrored. Mirrored lenses while duck hunting just doesn't seem right to me. I really don't like wearing these at all. But if I'm staring straight into the sunrise, I'll probably put them on. Then on the other side, a couple headlamps. This is from Black Diamond. This is from Uline. I like this one. It's rechargeable. It's called the Storm R. It is super bright. Battery holds for a pretty good amount. I think I'd maybe charge it 4 times a season. It's done me really well. Can't complain. Super bright. And then this Uline, I don't know that I've ever actually used it while hunting, but it's just a backup in case this one happens to be dead. This takes AAA batteries. It's just good to have an extra. Nothing more to it. Now this bottom side, this is sort of emergency preparedness part 1. Duct tape, paracord, and zip ties. You run into something breaks. These are just a few good things to have. Yeah, I don't think that needs much explanation. On the other side, sort of similar to that, is going to be a couple tools. I've got a Gerber multi-tool. It's called the Gerber Suspension. It's, you know, it's got it all. Saw blade, regular blade, pliers, screwdrivers, your standard stuff. And then this is just a Kershaw pocket knife. You never know. Might as well carry some things like that. And then an extra carabiner if something falls in the water from the decoys or need to clip something together. It's just good to have. Now, getting into this bottom half, this is sort of the main stuff. Shotgun shells. I like this bag for them. You can hang it on a tree hook, and I don't know, shotgun shell boxes suck, so the bag is nice. These are Boss shells. This season I primarily shot Boss. I mostly was shooting 2 3/4 inch 3/4 shot steel. I've heard that 2 3/4 inch pattern's better. I'm not an expert on shotgun shells, so I'm not gonna really pretend to be, but I liked them and they killed plenty of ducks. Next thing in here is a dry box. This is waterproof. I'll tell you what's in here. It's got a snack, a fig bar, some AAA batteries in case my extra headlamp is also dead, a lighter, very, very handy on occasion. Need to build a fire. I keep a lighter in everything, every jacket, jeans, backpack, everywhere. It's just good to have. And then a chapstick, and then something else very clutch on occasion is some toilet paper. No explanation needed. The dry box is nice, keeps the toilet paper dry, it keeps your snacks from getting crushed. You know, I've never submerged my backpack, but if I do, I'll be glad that some of the stuff is staying dry. Another thing I highly recommend bringing duck hunting is water. Just get a small water bottle and throw it in there. You never know, and if if you walk in as much as I do, you definitely bring water. And then the last piece of emergency preparedness is going to be a first aid kit. I'm pretty sure I'm the only guy I hunt with that carries one, but peace of mind is pretty much it. I've never had to use this, but if I need it, I'll be glad to have it. And then the last thing in this big compartment is a duck strap. This is from DuckTote, DuckTote. They've been really good to me. I've been able to take pictures for them past 2 seasons, and their stuff is awesome. It's high quality leather. They've got a bunch of different options. This is one of the smaller ones. I like to hunt with small groups of people, and this fits a 4-man limit of mallards pretty much no problem. So I like this. Sometimes, you know, if I'm with a big group, sometimes I'll bring a bigger one, but that's getting into superstition. So anyway, I like the DuckTote duck straps a whole lot. And then in this last compartment, we have a tree hook. I like the the hook straps as well in Arkansas. But the hook is nice. It's a lot easier, more manageable. This is from Realtree. It's called the EZ Hanger. It has a hinge in it. So what I like to do is put my shell bag all the way against the tree, and then I have my gun hanging out on here, and I can bend it as I need to. And then wrapped around that, I've got a bandana, which comes in handy on occasion, but also just protects the inside of the bag from the point on that hook. And then lastly, hand warmers. Nothing else to say about them. They're clutch, and I'm not gonna lie, I think I bring them on pretty much every hunt. I think that just about covers it. I really appreciate y'all staying tuned. I love making videos. I love talking about gear. So please let me know if you have any questions or if you want to see more. I'm hoping to do another video like this on decoy related gear. I've got a whole jerk string setup I'd love to talk about, and then all the decoys I use, just kind of bigger gear. I'd be happy to talk about my camping equipment for camping at boat ramps and camping for duck hunting. It's in the winter, so you need warm stuff. So let me know if y'all want to see any of that, and in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it.